Hello, Year 2. This term our topic is about nursing nightmares. I'm going to share a non-fiction book about Mary Seacole as we will be learning about her. Contents page. Most non-fiction books will begin with a contents page, and this shows the order of the topics in the book. For example, if you wanted to learn about who Mary Seacole was, you would go to page 4. If you wanted to know about Mary the Explorer, you would go to page 10. Who was Mary Seacole? Mary Seacole was a nurse. She lived from 1805 to 1881. Although a little known figure today, she was hugely popular and respected when she was alive. Mary became famous for her work helping British soldiers during the Crimean War. Her bravery in treating soldiers on the battlefield won her much love and respect. The Crimean War lasted from 1853 to 1856. Britain, France, Turkey, and Piedmont, Sardinia fought against Russia. You will notice under these two pictures there is a sentence. This is called a caption and gives you more information about the picture. This is an actress who has dressed up as Mary. Mary's childhood. Mary was born in Kingston on the island of Jamaica. Her father was a Scottish soldier and her mother was from Jamaica. Mary's mother ran a boarding house in Kingston where injured soldiers stayed. Mary's mother was very good at curing people. She made traditional medicines from roots and plants. Mary learned how to help people by watching her mother. When Mary was a child, she enjoyed pretending to be a nurse. Her patients were her doll and any of the dogs or cats she could find. Can you spot a caption on these pages? Yes, here they are underneath the pictures and next to the flowers. Marriage and death. When Mary was 31 years old, she married Edwin Seacole. They moved to a place in Jamaica called Black River, where they set up a store. Unfortunately, Edwin was not a well man, so they returned home to Kingston. There was little Mary or her mother could do to help Edwin to get better. Sadly, he died. Mary had only been married for 8 years. Mary the Explorer. Mary had always enjoyed visiting other countries. It was very unusual at this time for a woman to travel by herself. That didn't stop Mary, though. She went to Britain twice. In 1851, she went to Panama to visit her brother. While she was there, she set up her own hotel, but Mary didn't like Panama, so she gave the hotel to her brother and returned home to Jamaica. While she was in Panama, she helped to cure people of a terrible disease called cholera. Below is a map of the Caribbean Sea. Here you could find Panama and Jamaica. Fever and war. When Mary came back to Jamaica, it was gripped by a deadly disease called yellow fever. Mary helped to treat a lot of soldiers who were based in Jamaica. The soldiers told Mary about the war that was going on in Crimea. Mary wanted to join Florence Nightingale's nurses so she could help, but she tried to join 3 times but was turned down. Did you notice the word yellow fever was in bold? This word can be found in the glossary at the back of the book, which I will talk to you about later. At war. Mary was determined to go to the Crimea, so she went by herself. When she got there, she set up the British Hotel. This was a boarding house, canteen, and a general store where troops could buy supplies. Mary also injured soldiers, even if that meant going onto the battlefield while the fighting was going on. Florence Nightingale, the famous British nurse, did not do this. Newspaper reports of Mary's bravery and kindness to soldiers made her a hero back in Britain. Poor but famous. In 1856, the war ended suddenly. The troops went home and Mary was left with a shop full of goods that no one wanted. She practically had to give all of it away and lost all of her money. Mary sailed to Britain and discovered she was a hero. The army arranged a festival to raise money for her. It lasted for 4 days and over 1,000 entertainers performed. Below is the only photograph of Mary which was taken when she returned to London after the war. Mary dies. On her return from the Crimea, Mary met the royal family. Prince Albert even helped to organise the festival for Mary. They became friends, and Mary would often meet with the Queen and Prince Albert. After the festival, Mary retired. She was in her 50s and had seen and done more than most people. She died in 1881 and was buried in St Mary's Catholic Cemetery in Kensal Rise, London. Mary was awarded 4 different medals for her work in the Crimea. What next? For many years, Mary's story was nearly forgotten in Britain. However, in 1973, her grave was rediscovered and her gravestone was repaired. Slowly, more people got to hear of Mary's work, and in 2004, she was voted Britain's greatest black person. Unlike Florence Nightingale, there is no statue or memorial to Mary. However, an appeal has been launched to build a statue outside Guy's and St Thomas's Hospital in London. Below, you can see a photograph of Trevor MacDonald, who opened a special exhibition about Mary at the Florence Nightingale Museum. There you can see an actress who has dressed up as Mary. The glossary. At the back of the book, you will also find a glossary. This is in alphabetical order. We came across the word yellow fever. This is a disease that causes fever and yellowing of the skin. The glossary is also in alphabetical order. The index can also be found at the back of the book and is in alphabetical order. Now it's your turn. How many non-fiction books can you find? Here are some top tips to help you. Can you spot any contents page, glossary, index page, or any pictures or diagrams? Remember, not all non-fiction books will have all of these. We would like you to find as many non-fiction books you have at home and upload them onto Tapestry. You can also share them on Facebook and Instagram. We look forward to all the books, all the non-fiction books that you have found at home.